Greetings, sophisticated intuition here with your March general messages. This is going to be for the sign of Gemini. All right, let's get into it. Angels, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, and the Holy Spirit. This message is for Gemini. What is it that they need to know for the month of March, please, for the sign of Gemini? How many is that? 4, 5. Okay, way too many. For the sign of Gemini. What is it that they need to know for the month of March? Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. Okay, for Gemini. Okay. Wait. Okay, it's like 3 cards. Be proud of yourself. Practice gratitude. Go wild. Okay, let's see. Try to get one. For the sign of Gemini, please, Spirit. Thank you. All right, and the way that came out there, that's definitely for you. Bottom of the deck, embrace the flow of life. There's a lot of that in your overall energy that's come out here. I do feel like, yeah, take it easy. I don't know. For some of you, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but right away, Gemini, like, I don't know if you've had any surgery or if you're recovering from something, but I just feel like I got this overwhelming feeling of take it easy. Okay. All right. For the sign of Gemini, what is it that they need to know for the month of March, please? Okay. Okay. For Gemini Spirit, what is it that they need to know for the month of March? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. I heard it's time. Okay. Let me clarify. The sign of Gemini, please clarify the energy that is here. Thank you. Okay. Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time for you to, I don't know, Gemini, if you're recovering from something, healing from something. I don't want you to go into full hermit mode. Like, first of all, I don't tell you what to do. It's free will, right? Geminis, if anybody should know that. But what I'm saying is that the energy that's coming out is saying, like, be reserved, be quiet, okay? Be to yourself a little bit. Hold back where you are holding back, okay? Because what we have here is breathe through the tension, okay? Breathe through the tension. I'm really getting that it's time for you to spend a little time in nature also, okay? This is so funny. This looks like, is this Sedona? I don't know. The Scorpio I'm seeing, which is a full moon in Scorpio, but I'm taking a look at the image. It looks like the red rock. And if it's Scorpios, that would be Arizona, okay? So, I feel like I'm picking up directly on, so now y'all know that where my hometown is, okay? But I feel like I'm picking up on some Geminis that's right here in Arizona specifically, okay, who need to take a trip to Sedona, okay? And if you're not, go to Sedona. There's a vortex there. If you don't know anything about it, go look it up. There's a vortex in Sedona, and I go frequently. It's where I get my water from, my purified, or not purified, but my spring water. It's where I connect with spirit. It's not one of the only places, like it's not necessarily my favorite place, even though it's the most spiritual place in Arizona. It's not necessarily my favorite place. I go to another location. Actually, I'm not going to disclose that because then everybody would be over there. But Sedona is very well known, Geminis, okay? No matter where you are in this world, for people to come from all over the world just to get into the vortex. And I feel like that's where this energy is. That's where this card is coming from. Okay. It wouldn't be surprising. The person who created this deck has likely visited the vortex. Okay. This is, I haven't been to this specific scenery, but I wouldn't be surprised that this is there somewhere. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful energy, but breathe through the tension is the message on the card. So there's definitely a message here of, taking deep breaths, meditation, getting into nature, connecting with the divine. Okay. Look, talk less, feel more. Ooh, Gemini, are you capable of doing that? I'm teasing you, Gemini. I have two sons, a brother, a former best friend of almost 30 years, the grandmother, my children's grandmother, all these Geminis in my life. And I haven't really known y'all to be able to talk less. Specifically, like, you can't hear him right now necessarily, but my youngest son is here. He's a Gemini, and the boy, literally, we just had parent-teacher conferences. Okay, I'm using this as an example, okay, for you Geminis to relate to. He is a straight A student. The teacher, this teacher that called was very articulate. I loved it. She really was a beautiful energy. And she called to do the parent-teacher conference. Side note to everybody, I hate parent-teacher conferences, but now that we're able to do them virtually and by phone. So anyways, she says he's absolutely great. He's, he's a helper. He's very charismatic, straight A student, very involved. But Gemini, he's a talker. Okay. Now I've been getting that same feedback since preschool for this kid. Okay. I'll take that. All right. But I do understand. And we had that conversation, and I've had this conversation with every teacher since preschool, probably, that he's a straight A student and he's a great, great energy to have in the class and all of that. And he gets his work done and, has potential for greatness and all of these wonderful things, but he's distractive to those who may not be at that level. Okay. So Gemini, talk less, feel more. Okay. Why? Because I feel like you might be, the pride is not the word. I don't know what the word is, but you're doing so much talking that you're not seeing someone else's potential. Okay. Or someone else's need for help. It's not a narcissistic energy, but it is kind of selfish, right? So I'm picking that up for you, Gemini. Like, be quiet a little bit because you might learn something. Okay. Find a balance. Okay. Find a balance. So in the month of March, I feel like, I'm hearing some karma. So there's some justice that's going to be served to you in the month of March. Okay. But there's also a need for you to find some balance here. Okay. Look. The High Priestess energy showed up with the Two of Wands. Okay. You know which way to go. Okay. You know what your destiny is. You know what you need to do. You just need to take some deep breaths, breathe through it. Okay. And listen to your intuition is what I heard. And that's another reason why you need to talk less. Okay. Ironically enough, when I do these messages, I'm like, talk, babble. It's probably the most talking I ever do. I'm a really quiet, reserved, introverted individual. But when I get on these messages, or when I have to deliver messages, I talk so much. It's an oxymoron almost. It feels like, because I'm a very quiet individual. I don't do a lot of talking. I don't like to talk a lot. But when I come and I have to give the messages, it's, that's the messages from spirit. And so I have to share whatever spirit is giving me. And a lot of times I'm blah, 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 blah. So ironically enough, though, I'm hearing, feeling, seeing, because I have mastered my ability to tap into my High Priestess energy and my intuition. Okay. However, for you, Gemini, it seems like in order for you to hear the messages that spirit wants to give you, as an individual, okay, because we all have intuition, you need to be quiet a little bit. You want to know where to go, which direction, which path you should choose? Listen. Don't speak, okay? We have Judgment here, okay? This is my Judgment with his arms all folded up, smoking a cigarette, okay? Really judging, Mr. Judgy, okay? And then we have Strength. Okay. Strength is clarifying judgment. So it's something here about, and I'm actually getting, because judgment can be about second chances and final decisions and, reconciliations. But with the strength coming in to clarify it, I'm getting like a very general meaning of judgment of actual judging. Okay. I'm hearing, and it's coming under this talk less, feel more. So spirit really wants you to be less judgmental, or vice versa. Put the shoe on the foot that if there's someone in your life who needs to be a little less judgmental, who needs to listen. Okay. They might just learn something if they be quiet. Okay. I don't want this message to come out harsh, but this is exactly how spirit wants me to say it to you, Gemini. So you might just learn something if you be quiet long enough. Okay. And take your judgment out of it. Okay. With this strength, like spirit was wanting you to like hold back. Okay. Okay. I feel like this is a challenge, okay, for the Gemini energy. Like to not be judgmental, to not talk, to be observant. I know that the Geminis are very intellectual and they're very free thinking and very open minded, but this collective here that I'm speaking to, and if it's not you, then it's the person that you're connected to, feels like you're judging some type of situation or somebody, and spirit just really wants you to see this thing from a different perspective. And so in order for you to do that, you need to be quiet. Okay. I heard see it both ways. Okay. The Hierophant showed up for you. Okay. And clarified by the Queen of Wands. All right. So for me, the Hierophant is about, ascension. Okay. Tradition. Okay. And then you have the Queen of Wands. For some of you Geminis, this is your mother. Okay. That, and mothers can be judgmental at times. Like for me, I came from a very judgmental family. The line is like, if you didn't, they're traditional Christians, they own a church, child. If you didn't do that, if you didn't go in that path, then, you might have been everything under the sun. I don't know. They're very loving, okay, but they just had a specific standard for the family line. And so we got just a few black sheep. I'm one of them. Yeah, clearly. But, because of that, the reason why I bring that up is because of that. And I learned that about my family, about my bloodline very early on, that I am not judgmental. I don't have a judgmental bone in my body per se. But there are things that you don't even realize that you're judging. And I think I do, as a mother, can become judgmental of my children when they don't meet my standards, right? So I feel like there's a mother energy here. This isn't even the mother card, but this Queen of Wands is giving me that, that queen type of energy who's sitting up on her throne, okay? Deciding that, this isn't the life that she had chose for you. That type of energy is coming out for you, Gemini. Okay. I have two Gemini sons, but I don't feel this way towards them, but who knows? Maybe this is coming up in the month of March for me. Okay. For them. But for you guys, like, I do feel like that did come out very strongly here. All right. This Queen of Wands is like sitting up on her throne, just judging. Yeah. I'm hearing get off your high horse, okay? So it's also you, okay, Gemini? You may be the Gemini mother who is judging, okay, a path that your children may have taken, okay? All right, okay, very specific message. May not resonate with all the Geminis. People are going to be who they're going to be. They're going to do what they want to do, and they should. Okay. One thing I know, coming into spirituality and accepting this lifestyle, and having to come out in the open, it was like coming out of the spiritual closet, right? Coming from a traditional Christian family and all the judgment that I was going to have to receive from that. I even took it a step because I knew the way news travels in my family is that you'll find out in like 2 to 3 seconds flat. Now that we got social media, it probably takes 1 second, less than that, to get all the news across the valley. Okay. And so I knew I am okay, or was a member of our family's church, and our pastor is a family member, bloodline, okay? And I felt it was necessary to come and have the conversation about where my path was being taken to, so that it came from my mouth, right? And then they could have their judgment. But it was the most freeing thing that I ever did in my entire life. It felt like I would assume, okay, because I'm is it heterosexual? You know, I like men, okay. I'm straight, okay, but I would assume that it would be a similar feeling for our homosexual community, who has to come out to their family and friends and tell them, you know, that this is the lifestyle that they've chosen, right? Which I still cannot understand why that's necessary. Like, who we sleep with, whose business is that? But anyways, we're not gonna go down that path. Maybe that's what this is about for you, Gemini. I don't know, but it feels like that, right? Where you're choosing your path. Okay. And there's going to be some people who are going to have something to say about it. Well, let them say it. Because once you come out, okay, whatever it is, the spiritual closet, the, sexuality closet, whatever it is, whatever your path is. Maybe you come from, oh shoot, I forget what culture it is. It was a comedian I was watching. Was it Middle Eastern, or maybe it was even the Jewish community? I don't know. It was a comedian I was watching, and their expectation in that culture is that everybody's going to become a lawyer or a doctor. Okay. But they chose to be a comedian. And so like the judgment of that from their family, right? It's like, you're nobody, you're nothing, you're a disgrace to the family if you don't become a lawyer or a doctor, period. Like you could become an engineer, still not good enough. You need to be a lawyer or a doctor. That's the energy that, this comedian was saying that his family would give there, and it would become very judgmental. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling and saying the same thing over and over again. That's what you're going to be experiencing, Gemini. You're coming out of the closet of whatever that closet might be for you. There's going to be some judgment, okay? Somebody sitting up on their high horse, okay, feeling away, all right, about it. But don't let that, with this Four of Pentacles energy, don't let that hold you back, okay, from being your true self. Coming into this spirituality and reading tarot and deciding that if this is going to take me to hell, then so be it, because I do it from love. I do it from light. I work with light energy, and I can't continue to deny my gift, okay? I had to come out, all right? A lot of people ask me, like, how did I get here? One, a broken heart, okay? And two, out of that broken heart, what was my prayer? Down on my knees, pleading, God, reveal yourself to me. And this is what came out of that, okay? This is what came out of that. So I couldn't deny myself. I couldn't deny my gift anymore. So Gemini, whatever it is, and I have been the happiest I've ever been in the last, what are we at? 5 years now, I think. Not that I was completely depressed before, but I'm so in tune and in alignment with who I am, and no judgment, okay, can ever penetrate that. So I feel like whatever this is for you, Gemini, be free, okay? Oh, okay. I went on a tangent for you. All right, let's get this priestess energy for you. All right, for the sign of Gemini. All right. What is it that they need to know? Okay. Look. Something else wanted to flip out of there, but look, man, I can't make this stuff up. So I don't know what secrets my sons might be coming to tell me, child. Because I've got two Geminis. But listen here. Divine Mother is at the bottom of the deck, okay? Nurturing, compassion, grace, okay? I feel like, okay, let me slow it down a little bit, okay? Take myself out of the equation, all right? Because I really do. I love my children. I could, because of what I experienced from my family, honey, they can do whatever they want to do. Just don't be a murderer. I sure hope they're not coming to tell me that, because I wouldn't judge them, but I might have to turn them in. You know, I want the best for my children, all right? But I can't see myself complete. I just couldn't see that, all right? So I'm going to remove me as an example of this, and I'm going to speak to Gemini mothers who may be coming to this message, okay? The Divine Mother showed up, nurturing, compassion, grace. When your child comes to you with whatever news that they have, okay, come back at them with nurturing, compassion, and grace. Okay, that's what you need to do. Okay, now, secondary to that, for the Gemini children, even adults, okay, know that there's this energy of, know that your mother is going to give you that nurturing, compassion, grace. Okay, she might judge a little bit, because this Queen of Wands is giving me very judgmental energy. Okay, this judgment is giving me very judgmental energy, but it's also being held back by strength. Okay, and who's got, I might be a little partial, okay, but who's got more strength than any being walking the earth? Mothers. Okay, you know childbirth can kill you, right? All right, listen. But what came out? Opening heart, deep connections, water blessings. Okay, one right away, real quick. Work with water for healing. Okay, but also opening heart. I don't think I'm speaking to both. I'm speaking to whether you're the child or it's just people that you love and care about or whatever. I'm speaking to both. The person who is coming out, who's opening themselves up to whatever it is, the path that they have chosen, okay? And to the person who's going to receive that news, who had another plan or a different direction that they thought you were going to go in, okay? Or thought that one was going to go in. Open your heart, okay? Very interesting message, Gemini. I think that's it, though. Okay? I feel like this is an experience that will be had in the month of March. Okay? All right. That is your message. Love and light.